War. If there's a continent that loves a good old battle between two nations and cultures, it is Europe. One could say that we, as Europeans, have an extensive history filled with war and fighting each other throughout the ages. Fortunately, the days of physical warfare are over, unless, of course, you are Russia. Nowadays, Europeans fight over other things. For the theater kids, there's the Eurovision Song Contest, although that was somewhat of a literal war this year, but for the jocks, there is the European Football Championship, or simply put, the Euros. And yes, it is called football. Simply put, the Euros is like the World Cup, except that only European countries can participate, similar to the Copa America. Now one might argue that the Euros is actually harder to win, because it has much more good teams, quote unquote, compared to the World Cup, where there are quite a lot of filler countries, such as the United States. But all jokes aside, the Euros is a football tournament that takes place every 4 years, and our most recent winner is Italy, the country famous for pizza, Silvio Berlusconi, and parking the bus. So in this video, I will give a small breakdown of the tournament and discuss the big favorites to win the thing. So grab a chair and be ready to scream some borderline racist things about the country that is only a 4-hour drive away from you.
Bergkamp, Dennis Bergkamp! Dennis Bergkamp neemt de bal aan! Dennis Bergkamp! Dennis Bergkamp! Dennis Bergkamp! Dennis Bergkamp!
This year's Euros is hosted by Germany. Though West Germany hosted the tournament in 1988, this is the first time that the unified Germany hosts the tournament. Except for the few matches that were played there last year, last edition, but last edition was something special, trust me. The tournament consists of 2 phases, a group stage, where each country plays 3 matches to determine a number 1 through 4 for that particular group. By winning you gain 3 points, by drawing you get 1 point, and if you lose, 0 points. The numbers 1 and 2 are automatically qualified for the next stage, with the 4 best number 3s also continuing their journey. After the group stage there is a knockout tournament. Each country plays 1 match against another country, and the winner proceeds to the next round. If you draw after 90 minutes, you play extra time, which is 2 halves of 50 minutes, so 30 minutes in total. And if the score is still equal thereafter, a penalty knockout is played to determine who proceeds. The final will be hosted in Berlin on the 14th of July, but who will play in this final? Next, I will discuss teams that have the biggest shot to win it all, according to the bookmakers, and keep in mind, this is comedy, so I will say a few stupid things about your country. I am sorry, it is not personal, sometimes it is. France, the country of baguettes, le Tour d'Eiffel, and romanticizing cigarettes. France has the biggest chance to win the tournament according to the bookmakers, so they are generally regarded as the best team in Europe. They came in second in the World Cup, only after losing to Argentina in the penalty knockout. To understand how good France is, imagine that there are basically 2 NBA All-Star teams combined. They are more or less the 2010's Golden State Warriors, and I firmly believe that the B squad of France could still reach the finals. So if this team does not reach the semifinals, this tournament will be regarded as a fail to them, from my point of view. England, the country of Bridgerton and Peaky Blinders. For Americans, the English are the funny talking blokes with class and style. For Europeans though, the English are the lobster red people that have their own special gate at the Greek airports since Brexit. England is second in the bookmakers, for good reasons. They have star players such as Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Harry Kane, and much more. Although they are regarded as top favorites alongside with France, they bottle it basically every time, like literally. As soon as they even suggest that they can win it by saying, "It's coming home," the odds are immediately stacked against them. Therefore, personally, I think they will make it. They won't make it this year. I am sorry.
Es war einmal in einem kleinen Städtchen, da lebte ein Mädchen namens
Germany, the country of Bratwurst, Angela Merkel, and the Autobahn. Germany is like Mike Tyson. He was very good in his day, then he became a bit old. Now, he is fighting Jake Paul for some relevance. They basically sucked the last few tournaments, but are now making their comeback. With their home advantage, maybe they can lift the trophy. I adore their kids for this year, and I have a great sympathy for Tony Kroos, so maybe they will win it. Spain, the country of tapas, cerveza, and the Mexican language, of course. Spain is somewhat similar to Germany in the sense that they were an absolute powerhouse in the early 2010s. Unfortunately, they fell a bit off. It is not that they are bad by any means. They have some serious talents such as Gavi, Lamal, and Pedri. I just don't think they have a superstar like they did in the golden days when they won the World Cup. For me, this is the first team on the list where I think that they have not a reasonable chance to win it. I'm sorry, Spain. Mea culpa. Portugal, the country that has gifted the world Brazil and Cristiano Ronaldo. This country has won the Euros once, in 2016 with prime Ronaldo. But now that Ronaldo is an old man, he can maybe not carry the team like he used to. But this team should not be underestimated. They have some great players such as Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, and more. For me, they have a slightly higher chance than Spain, although the bookies disagree. However, I do not really see them winning this. The Netherlands, the country that is like a frat boy turned right extremist businessman. For Americans to understand this squad, they have to imagine an all-star defensive NBA team with the attacking capabilities of a high school basketball team. They have some great names in their defense, but then for some reason their defense sucks. I don't know why. This country is known for its total football and is regarded as the best country to never win the World Cup. They did win the Euros in 1988, 2 in Germany, maybe they can win it. I would not put my money on it.
Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Maman.
Belgium would be best described as the old man at the bus station that is really confused and old. They speak 3 languages and have so many governments that I forgot to count. However, Belgium was regarded as the real deal in the 2010s with their golden generation. Players such as Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, Thibaut Courtois were all absolute stars at their clubs. But similarly to England, they for some reason always blow it. So my suggestion for this tournament is that they will probably reach like the final 8 and then get knocked out by a bigger country. Sorry, Belgium. I love your beers and food though. Italy, the country that most Americans visit when they go to Europe. I love their food, the culture, the people. What I don't love is their traditional style of playing football, where they defend so much that the other team falls asleep, then they score and go and waste times. Though their more recent style of football is more attractive to watch. They won the last tournament in a penalty shootout against England, but they failed to qualify for the World Cup. I don't watch a lot of their games, but their kit is always fire, like for real. So F it. I say they make at least the quarterfinals, maybe they can go to the semifinals. Croatia is that one kid in class that never talks, but then all of a sudden has an amazing singing voice and becomes a pop star. So therefore, Croatia is one of the best teams at the moment, reaching the World Cup final in 2018 and then coming in third at the last World Cup. They have had some great players over the years, such as Luka Modric, but honestly, I don't see them winning this year. Maybe if the odds are in their favor, who knows, but yeah. So that was my description of the Euros 2024. If I did not mention your country, let me know, and maybe I will do a second video explaining the other countries and predicting maybe some of the group stages and maybe further. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and to subscribe to this channel. I will maybe do more football content, but I do not want to make it a football-based YouTube channel. So yeah.